Falcon, do you play War Thunder? Why don't you play War Thunder? We should totally play War Thunder. I've heard it all. In fact, I used to play War Thunder from time to time, but I want to go into why I stopped and maybe convince you to do the same. Look, if you play War Thunder, I don't hate you. Honestly, I do see the appeal of the game. At face value, it's a simple sit-down action game where you can do tank and airquake with your homies. But beneath the surface is where things get muddy and even malicious. First off, let's take a look at War Thunder for what it is for those not in the loop. War Thunder is a free-to-play game developed by Gaijin Entertainment, which is officially headquartered in Budapest. Gaijin maintains offices across Europe, but has a large number of their staff based in Russia. The game features playable ships, tanks, and aircraft that can be thrust against each other in multiple modes of play, with varying levels of realism. Each playable nation has a tech tree where you develop aircraft spanning from the 1930s to present day. Wow, it really has been a while since I played. On the surface, it seems pretty benign, and for the first few hours of play, you'll rapidly advance to your first few aircraft. As the game goes on, though, advancing your tech tree slows to an absolute crawl, requiring the player to delve into a hard grind. In the game, players progress by earning in-game currency known as Silver Lions and research points to unlock new vehicles, upgrades, and modifications. However, the process of earning these rewards becomes endlessly tedious, with the time and effort required to advance becoming a major frustration for many. In some cases, completing a nation's tech tree has taken up to 5,000 hours for players. The grind in War Thunder is especially evident in the way that it encourages players to spend long hours in sessions, repeating similar missions ad nauseum. As players move up the ranks, the required amount of experience and currency to unlock new vehicles becomes increasingly disproportionate, forcing players into what seems like a never-ending loop of battles that offer minimal rewards in return. For players wishing to accelerate their progress, the game also introduced the concept of premium vehicles and premium accounts, which allow for faster progression. This leads to the first of the game's predatory design tactics, where players are constantly reminded of how much easier things could be if they were willing to open their wallets. While the game is technically free to play, the in-game purchases are structured to encourage players to spend money to reduce the amount of time they would otherwise spend grinding. This includes premium vehicles, premium accounts that increase rewards per battle, and Golden Eagles, a premium currency that can be used to purchase items directly. So, break out your mom's credit card and rack up that bill if you want to make any progress in a reasonable amount of time. Additionally, the game's tendency to place premium content behind paywalls, including exclusive vehicles and upgrades, drives the idea that players must spend money to compete at higher levels. This is especially apparent at higher tiers of the game where progression slows to a crawl unless players either have a premium account or purchase premium vehicles. The price model is absolutely exploitative, as it encourages players to either dedicate excessive time or money, often both, just to stay in the game. And another good display of community building and showmanship, in February of 2025, Gaijin rolled out an auction system where players can bid on cosmetic items that are normally received via randomized drops. The currency used to bid on items is known as Gaijin coin. Jesus Christ. Now, this concept was not well received by the community, who review bombed the game on Steam. In just 2 days alone after the announcement on February 3rd, players issued over 400 negative reviews. User Devil06 referred to the auction system as an artificial way to pump money into the game. Very hostile and predatory to users, and the fact that there is only 100 of each is an obvious FOMO farm. FOMO is freedom of missing out for those not in the loop. Honestly, I couldn't have said it better myself. Even if you're someone who can look past such predatory practices, there is another much darker facet to the snail. While these issues seem common in today's gaming world, there is another more troubling aspect to Gaijin Entertainment's reputation. In 2021, controversy emerged when it was revealed that Gaijin Entertainment, the developer of War Thunder, had connections to individuals linked in the Russian-backed self-declared Donetsk People's Republic in eastern Ukraine. These forces were involved in the shootdown of Malaysia Airlines Flight MH17 in 2014, an event that led to the deaths of 298 people. Investigations into the tragedy pointed to the DPR rebels using a Russian-made SA-6 surface-to-air missile to shoot down the airliner. Now, let's not get ahead of ourselves. It's not like Gaijin pulled the trigger and directly ended the lives of 298 civilians. There is evidence that they funded them, however. The YouTube channel, look, I'm not even going to try to pronounce this so it'll be up on screen. The channel that roughly translates to Large Bore Mayhem, which is a DPR-operated channel that tests weapons supplied to them by the Russian government, including testing of the PMN2 landmine, which is banned by the Ottawa Convention, also known as the Anti-Personnel Mine Ban Treaty. The channel featured an ad for the game prominently, and has shown War Thunder's logo in their content, including it being seen painted on concrete obstacles and vehicles. Gaijin removed the ads when the issue came to light, blaming a third-party agency, and stated it was unaware of the content. Gaijin said, "We do not provide political support to anyone anywhere. We know nothing about politics, and prefer to stay out of it." Bullshit. Our agency that ordered the ad in the video in question took it down when they realized it might drag us into a political discussion. As of November 2025, the channel still exists as a propaganda tool for Russia and its supporters, and has yet to be terminated despite frequently violating YouTube's terms of service, which has a zero-tolerance policy for inciting violence or hatred. There is also some well-known controversy surrounding government documents being leaked on the Gaijin forums and various discords by alleged professionals trying to win arguments. I'm not going to delve into this too much as it's mostly the community and not Gaijin itself, but the company does hold some responsibility here in cultivating a community that is so eager to break laws just to prove a point. I'm sure most of you watching this who play War Thunder will continue to do so. I'm under no illusion that this video will do little more than just attract angry Gaijin fanboys and Russian bots, who will be eager to burn me in the comments section. Please comment away, it'll only make this video stronger. For content creators who frequent War Thunder as a tool of income, I won't deny that Gaijin does offer sweet ad campaign deals, and I can completely understand needing to put food on the table. It's just important that you know where the money is coming from. Sure, you might receive a fat check, but you could be indirectly funding the forces that are massacring Ukrainian civilians daily. Even that aside, you're driving the popularity of a horrifically predatory business model that consumes thousands of dollars and hours from impressionable players. Running a 60-second ad campaign for several $100 is a really good deal, but it could be a deal with the devil.